Hi everyone, introducing Bubonic, a game set in the Plague era where we can pinpoint some similarities with what's going on at the moment with the current pandemic. You play as a plague doctor whose main objective is saving the villagers from the diseased rats. Though before we dive into technicalities, let's first introduce our team, starting by me, Yusuf Abu Samra, also known as Doofus. I am the audio composer and a developer. We also have Omar Sadiq, a developer and level designer.
Hi.
And finally, we have Ahmed Megid, also known as Poke, our brilliant pixel artist.
Hello.
So, Bubonic aims to have a challenging level design, placing the player right into the action after being done with 3 pretty easy tutorials that highlight the game's 3 core mechanics: utilizing mouse traps, using trapdoors, and carrying the villagers while strategically maintaining stamina. The levels are pretty straightforward. There aren't any hidden puzzle elements, you just have to figure out one of a few ways of solving levels, with one being the optimal solution that doesn't require too much effort to beat, just strategy. You'll surely die a couple of times on your way to find a solution. One of our main challenges in making Bubonic was creating the all original art, soundtrack and special effects. Plenty of time and iterations were spent on various art assets and getting the main menu and in-game soundtrack just right. The sound effects came in last as we were running out of time, but that will be taken care of in the future. The art and sounds are inspired by different SNES era games like Castlevania and Super Ghouls and Ghosts, with slightly modernized controls, visuals and sounds. For the soundtrack, I used the infamous Roland SC55, which was used in many classic games like Duke Nukem 3D. A classical Baroque style approach was used in the soundtrack to reflect the era the game is set in, with a mix of metal style drums, grooviness and theremin for the essential spooky vibes. There are some features that didn't make it into the game, like the aforementioned special effects. But the main one is a sweet workflow in making levels, which really facilitates making new levels. Previously when making levels, we draw a tile map, place some physical boundaries manually, and specify their physical properties. As long as painstakingly adding objects that represent the spawn positions of rats and setting their delay times from a really confusing interface. Now this is what making a level looks like. With the help of some custom editor scripts, all you have to do is paint the tile map, place the player, specify number of enemies in an intuitive interface, control their spawn positions and delay times visually, and dropping in allies and accessories like candles and mouse traps and other visual elements. There are other stuff that didn't make it, like more complex level structures with rats coming from different directions, different enemy types, controller and smartphone support, along with many little bug fixes that have also been tackled. Hopefully they were subtle enough to not be noticed in the Game Jam version. As a team, we share this common optimism that our game ideas and structure is very extendable. It's all up to the creativity of the level designer. It doesn't just end at our last level. We can go as far as how much we'd like to spend effort on it. So anyways, here's a gameplay run by the only person good enough to not die a million times before finishing the game, our level designer Omar Sadiq. Note that this is the Game Jam version, not the updated one.